Would you join Brutus and Cassius in murdering Caesar? I think I would have been like, oh no, wait, hang on. Hey NL, I just wanted to say my engineering team has never felt as heard as we did with your product manager bit the other day. Okay, that was, thank you, thank you. I thought you were gonna say the bit that I was, that I did about slash moment being deprecated because nobody used it, even though they only rolled it out to like 1% of Twitch partners, much less like people who actively stream. Be a cartoony fella. And I was like, you shouldn't bring that up at work because people might laugh, but then feelings might get hurt. I have the distance, at least, from the organization. I could make a joke, and then if they got mad, I'd be like, it's just a joke. I tell lots of jokes. Ooh, baby. I get eaten by the worms and the weird fishes. Sure. I'm just a funny guy. Me when the guy who I said, you're a loser, you suck. You are living your life in a way that's bereft of meaning, trying to maximize every moment. Me when he says, hey, you can have this one for free, I'll hop in the DMs. Hey, I'm sorry if my comments offended you. I was just trying to have a funny joke. And so I'll delete the clip if you want me to. What was I talking about before with the gladiator stuff? I can't remember. Oh, would I have murdered Caesar? I'll be honest with you. I think like I probably would have been like, let's not murder Caesar. But then like if it was clear that the tide was turning and we were gonna murder Caesar, I think I would have, I mean, I don't want to get murdered myself. So I would probably be like, me too, guys. But then like as they were stabbing him, I think I would have like, it's like when you sing happy birthday at an office or something like that. I would have just been going like, I would have been doing the motions, but I wouldn't have actually been sticking the knife in. I would have just been like part of the ruckus. You know, like in hockey when like two people fight, so the rest of the team, like everybody goes and grabs someone their size on the other team and just sort of holds them and skates around like this for a while, and they go like, that would have been me. I would have been like, get him, get him. Sorry, I need to level. I need to sell and level and capybara. Still pretty good. I'll still take that. I'll pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, I will. I'll go faster. My bad. Guess I'll put you in position 1 here. Sure. Sorry to the other 7 gamers. I took too long. I'm not apologizing anymore because you have an ox, which is quite frankly just unfair. After Caesar was killed, the senators who didn't stab him artificially stained their clothes so it looked like they participated. See, that's what I'm saying. People in history, that's why history is so interesting, is because they're just like us, man. And I think there's a lot of reasons that I think history is interesting. I hate the idea that like whenever you take high school history class, you have to write an essay on like why history is important. Here's why history is important. Because your ass wasn't born at the Big Bang, okay? So you're showing up way late for a party that's been going on forever. And you're looking around, hey, how did the borders get drawn like this? Hey, why do we do X like that? Why do we do Y like this? Study some history and then you're like, oh, now I get it, you know. 100,000 years of people going grrr, or people going meh, you know. Everything you see around you, you know, is within reason, is there for a purpose, you know, and that purpose was deigned by people who essentially are genetically almost exactly the same as us. Functionally, I guess they're exactly the same as us. Imperceptible differences. Hang on, this is crazy. You think? It's just like, how are you gonna buff this lad? Yeah, we should. We should. This is the way. Sell me, buy me, He really went roof, roof, by me. I was literally just about to say another Doberman would go crazy. And we could just put him on the squad for a moment. This team's got a chance to make some noise at least. Make some noise! Peoria, make some motherfucking noise! It's your 18th favorite band from exactly 1 month of the year 2000, Puddle of Mud! So true. I saw an Offspring in Sum 41 concert last week. Honestly, Josh, I'm inclined to say based. I don't know if this is going to work, but it'll be funny. I know this is like anti-Canadian. I don't think Sum 41 is very good, but I think Offspring have some bangers. You can pinpoint the exact moment that the Offspring got washed. I don't think it's when they wrote Pretty Fly for a White Guy. I think it's when Pretty Fly for a White Guy went to #1 and they decided, wait, we don't have to write good songs. We can just write joke songs and people will pay us money. But like back in the 90s, you know, Come Out and Play, Self-Esteem, even some of the songs that are on Americana, right? Like Kids Are All Right. Like those are songs, without being rude, like those are songs where they were trying to make like good, maybe even meaningful songs. And then by the time Original Prankster comes out, you know it smells like shit. God damn. Tag team the double header. Son of Sam. Fire. Says he's down in the Bahamas. No way. In Little Mamas. It bops? It does not bop. I'm sorry. I'm gonna uncertify your ability to certify a bop for 1 year. This is bad. What am I even rolling for? Okay. Right? Okay. I mean, we need tier 5s, so this makes sense. We could wait for tier 6, or we can level up, get a tier 5, then we can start running some coconut armor. Self-censoring? Bro, not me doing a Jen Sherman 30-minute ride. I forget, maybe it was 80s ride, maybe it was 90s ride. Played the censored version of Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg. The whole song is just with so much drama in the LBC, kind of hard being Snoop D-O-double-G, but I, somehow, some way, keep coming up with like every single day. May I kick a little something for the G's, and as I breeze through, I got getting it on, and they ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. What you want to do? I got a pocket full of, and my home is just like impossible. Also, why are they censoring? Like, well, I get that you're gonna say 'cause America, but they do it in Canada too. So like, I'm not gonna hit you with a false dilemma or something. But like, it doesn't really make sense to me why we're censoring the word rubbers. Like, what purpose could that possibly serve? Because OMG sex? I mean, the album's called Doggy Style. Yeah, but imagine a kid listen to that song. Imagine my 17-year-old son Gareth listened to that song, and he didn't know what condoms were, and he said, "What's a rubber?" And I had to explain that it was a euphemism for a prophylactic. And then I'd have to give him the whole talk. You're listening to... They shouldn't censor hip-hop music because you're listening to hip-hop music. But the song, the part of the culture of hip-hop, not all of it, but part of the culture of hip-hop There's some weapons, there's some violence, there's some drugs, there's some fornicating, okay? Now, if you're listening to fucking Ed Sheeran, and then all of a sudden he says, like, pull out a Jimmy and get my dick wet, you'd be like, maybe we'll censor that, because this is like his target audience is 8 years old. But for, I mean, for hip-hop, it just doesn't make sense to me. Tier 5s, please. Am I really? I guess any port in a storm, brother. "25 seconds, huh? I see no raccoons, which is lovely. I'm okay with you being there. Not that interested in you. No, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Thoughts on the colors meme? I don't know what you're talking about, Librarian. Thoughts on the colors meme. It's a meme that has not yet made it into my purview. Oh, baby. Ed Sheeran said the F word in a song. Wow, what is he, like 4 years old? I heard like a 7-year-old kid tell another 7-year-old kid to eat his balls at the playground yesterday. It's nothing. I walked Bob Dylan out on stage. I am rectangular. We freeze you, but we don't buy you yet. We buy you. 2, 3. It's probably worth waiting around for that. I smoked weed with Johnny Hopkins. So true? No, you did not. Fuck. It's got to be a sell, a purchase, a merge, a place. Now, I understand the moose is not doing anything here, but it is what it is, man. Presidential nightmare blunt rotation. I don't want George Washington. It'd be kind of crazy to smoke a blunt with, but one of those old dudes from the 1700s, I think it would hallucinate and lose their mind. So I'm gonna put John Adams in there, the second president of the United States. I just do not think that his 1781 ass could handle his shit. Honestly, I think he'd lose his mind and see the devil. Andrew Jackson would definitely be someone I would not want in my smoke circle. Honestly, I feel like almost all of the presidents from the 20th century would be a nightmare, just because they're so ambitious. So they have such naked ambition. Really? 2 score? You did this is stream sniping. Does nobody see how messed up this is? Never mind, I won. Okay. Eat piss. Like, I don't feel like I could feel good about smoking a joint with Harry Truman. The dude dropped a nuclear bomb on 2 cities. I understand his motivations for it, but I just think that renders you unsmokable. For me personally. Other people might feel different. Jimmy Carter? Sure, I'd smoke a J with Jimmy Carter. Why not? Hang on. There might be something to this. If I could ever get the moose to do some buffing. I think the real question is like the best presidential blunt rotation. Clinton has to be in there. He might not be your favorite guy on the planet, but like look at his competition. You know, you're not exactly blazing it up with Seth Rogen and Snoop Dogg. Jack Black, you know? You only got 46 dudes to pick from. Hang on. We are definitely gaining elo this time. Who wins in a fight, George W. Bush or John Quincy Adams? Great question. I mean, I'd have to say that I have no idea because I don't know what John Quincy Adams. I don't know if he's got like if he's an endomorph or an ectomorph or a mesomorph. I don't know if he's got a stealth build or what's going on with him, quite frankly. So, holy cow, we just killed someone's clone. He's a xenomorph. No, then I'm betting on John Quincy Adams, quite frankly. He's fat rolling. Well, that's a bit of a wash on that one. How we doing here? Dude, they're both on lethal. What if they eliminate... think about that for 2 seconds. What I was about to say is, what if they eliminate each other? That's a large lad. That's alright. I'll let the other dude kill you next time. Oh, fuck. The other dude died. Huge. Now, let me run some numbies here for a second. Basically, we're summoning a 2020 dog. If I combine you, we'll be summoning a 2121 dog. Is that correct? Now, we know this dude has a skunk. It's just one dude. What is he beating? If we add a skunk, we can take this guy. Or no, it needs to be a skunk or something like it. Nah. You can't take a skunk because of the Doberman, idiot. This is a bad idea. A model, idiot. Hang on. We can... You're running a weak-ass dude up at the front. 2 weak-ass dudes up at the front. You go first. You are going to be put into a position to kill the bison. You don't do quite enough damage to kill the bison. You're going to be put in a position to kill the bison. This is how we do it. Ah, shit. Okay. It doesn't get any more super lethal than this. I opened the stream in front of my parents. You instantly swore and started talking about weed. I mean, if you're old enough to be watching the stream, you're probably old enough for your parents to know that you occasionally watch some content with swears in it. Would be my take on that personally. Hacker voice. He's not in yet. I'm not showing the screen. I'm not giving it to you for free. You got 3 more off. I did 4 with my fingers there. You got some off me for free. You're not getting this one for free. Get shuffled. Get shuffled. We're so back. Okay, nice draw. This one's toit like a tiger. Oh, and then you just gotta roll with it, baby. Yeah, in this house we support this. Just, you don't need to see the screen. Just imagine what the best move would have been, and then that's what I did. Yes! Wow, it's crazy how much my results improved when I started hiding my screen 1v1, huh? Well, what a delightful little A/B test for the Super Auto Pets community. It's been so rude about my skill level throughout my career. Enjoy your 4 elo points. Do I have to like reboot the game? We finally recovered. Hey, Bakera15, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you, thank you. Big Booba's real. I don't know where it came up. It was in, it was, I don't know if it was on Twitter or if it was in Discord or what, but someone said the phrase big naturals. It got me laughing so hard. It must have been on stream, right? Because I think I remember saying, like, imagine being like a 72-year-old man and like typing big naturals into Google search. It's so fucking funny. Be a plump fungi. Slime's been saying that a ton. Maybe I got it from them. Big naturals, man. It's such a funny phrase. Chib said it on his stream too. Oh, man. Big naturals. It's coming back. For some people, it never left. I'm not touching the melee discourse, man. I know I'm too smart for that. Do I know everything about the melee discourse because I follow Slime and Ludwig, and as a result, the algorithm's like, this guy must fucking love melee? Yeah, exactly. I think I follow Slime, Ludwig, Tafo, Void. This algorithm thinks I'm obsessed with Smash Bros, dude. HBox, I do follow HBox. You got me on that one? Did it switch from NBA Twitter? Now that I think about it, I've gotten a lot less NBA-related discourse. The last big viral NBA thing that I saw was America losing to Lithuania. I gotta wait for the season to pick up again. How long will you call it Twitter for, you think? Probably forever. If I had to guess. These units are simply not good enough, I'm sorry. It's not like a political statement. I'm not like, oh, you know, I don't support the name change. It's just like, it was Twitter for 12, 15 years, something like that. It's still the fucking Sky Dome. It's not Rogers Arena. I do my best to call the Canucks Arena GM Place. Because if I didn't, I would call it Rogers Arena. And now you're like, there's like 1,500 Rogers Arenas in Canada. So like, you know, it's just confusing at this point. It's not that I don't respect naming rights. It's that whatever the name was when I was 13 years old will be what the name is for me forever. I don't know if you were trying to emphasize my point or not, but it's true. If you what is the Ottawa Senators arena right now? If I had to guess, I think it's called the Canadian Tire Center. But for me, it will always be the Corral Center. Nothing like going to a Senators game in like 1998 and being like, I know this, the Corral Center, bro. They make WordPerfect, the superior text processing executable for PC. Sears Tower? What's it called now? T-Mobile Park will always be Safeco Field to me. It's just the way you can't relearn that stuff every like 7 years or something like that. It's just too much, man. I don't care how much money they spend. Like the same thing in my hometown. When they built a new arena for the junior hockey team to play, they called it the K-Rock Center. The naming rights went to a radio station because that was the state of media in the year 2007, 2008. You could still... A radio station could afford naming rights for like a relatively major stadium in the regional area at least. Now, I don't know when it happened. A few years ago, it became the Leon's Center. I'm sorry. I have nothing against Leon's. I'm not calling it that. Because it's not the Leon's Center. It's the K-Rock Center. When they built it, it was the K-Rock Center. It will be the K-Rock Center forever. How we looking here? Everybody's in a similar spot. I'm not in love with my team, quite frankly, but it is what it is. She in love with the team? See, I'm not going nowhere, girl, I'm staying. Fell in love with the hippo. Something like that? Oh, you don't like T-Pain's music? Should I go to a Canucks game when I go to Vancouver? Probably not. It'll be pretty expensive and the team is not expected to be good this year. To be honest with you, like, I don't think the in-arena experience is particularly compelling if you're an adult. Okay? If you're if you have a kid, or you're taking someone to the game that is from a place where like hockey doesn't exist and they'll lose their mind at a game being played on ice, maybe there's some value there. I would not be surprised for me. I would not be surprised for me if I don't see a single Canucks game this year. I think they're going to be better this year. We're in the Ben Simmons cycle. You are at Ben Simmons posts inspiring workout video, getting your hopes up. Might be different this year. It might be. But for like the last 6 years, it's been like that, especially the bubble season. And then like by the time American Thanksgiving rolls around, it's like we're retiring Ben Simmons for the year. We're putting him on injured reserve so he can focus on getting better for the next season. So we're... Pedersen's going to pop off. Same with Hughes. Brother, they've already been popping. There's nowhere else for them to go. All they do is pop. It's the rest of the team's got to step it up a little bit. Maybe if we could stop spending $10 million on like completely washed 38-year-old Swedish defensemen in free agency for no reason, like we'd have a chance, but... I mean, I'm in a scary spot here. I thought about the pair, but it's like, how much do you want to invest in like a hippo that may never level or like a fish that may never pop? Scary days. When was the last time the Canucks were good? It's actually an interesting question. They were not good in 2020 when COVID hit, but then in the bubble playoffs, they popped off. They lost in... I guess technically the second round, but it was kind of the third round. So they were like one of the final 8 teams in the NHL. So 2020 bubble playoffs, that was the last time they had good results. Before that, the last time they made the playoffs was 2015. We lost in the first round. And in 2013, we lost in the first round. That was just not a good, a good game right there. So basically, since 2011, when they lost in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, they've been... That was basically the closing of their window. And quite frankly, they've just been mismanaged, essentially, all the way from that point until basically, like, debatably last year, but also possibly are still being mismanaged. Because you never know. Like, when the process is happening, you don't know. It's only when the GM gets fired and you look at your team and you go, what the fuck? We're worse than when he started and we started bad? One person's been eliminated. Look at my team, bro. We're in a lot of trouble. I thought Bruce was a good head coach. Welcome to the Vancouver Canucks. Travis Green was our coach. Started this season. Well, hang on, we'll go way back, okay? Willie Desjardins was our coach. He came in. We got a great boost. Made the playoffs, lost in the first round, but that was overperformance based on how people expected the team to go. Everyone said, holy cow, maybe this Willie Desjardins guy, maybe this is our lad from this point onwards. 2 seasons later, you're like, why is he playing Lyndon Vey the same amount of minutes that he's playing both Sedins? You know, this is just ridiculous. So they said, get his ass out of there. Our team's underperforming. Get a little young blood. We got Travis Green. Travis Green comes in, takes the same roster, team starts performing 30% better. We say, holy cow, I think this Travis Green guy might be for real. Fast forward 2 seasons later, you're like, really? Travis Green's putting... Yeah, listen, I can't keep all the rosters straight, but long story short, Travis Green, you feel that everybody feels like Travis Green is underperforming, giving the talent on the roster. They say, okay, fire him. Bruce Boudreau comes in. Holy cow, with Bruce Boudreau, we're in the last 30 games of the season, we were like the 9th best team in the league, which was crazy considering how ass we were to start. We say, oh, maybe this Bruce guy is the way that we should go. Next season, lose like the first 14 games straight. Have to fire Bruce Boudreau, but then we get Rick Tocchet in. After we get Rick Tocchet, we go from a 20% win rate to a 52% win rate. Everyone goes, maybe this Rick Tocchet guy is putting the systems in place that are... It's been like pretty much like a decade of just like mediocrity. But some of the, I mean, at least now, when I started more seriously watching the Canucks in 2015... It was more like, get ready, the reckoning is coming. You know, like we've had good seasons, or they've had good seasons. Holy cow, I eliminated somebody, thank God. But, you know, people are going to start asking for trades. Nobody's getting any younger, et cetera, et cetera. They had no prospects. Then, for a bit, we have some prospects. Now, honestly, most of those prospects are in the league now, so it's not like we got nothing out of them. Had to be done. But there was a while where we were like, holy cow, our team's not doing that badly, and we've got some youth in the system that could keep it going. Now the youth has made it up, and we're bad again, and we have like 2 prospects. So we like, in the 5-year plan, we should be more competitive right now, because they've kind of leveraged part of the future to start winning now, but the leverage that they applied is just, it was just impotent, unfortunately. Hang on, Flugsten! We can still pull this back. We can finish top half. Give me some of this. I would love to see a chocolate or a mousse. No chocolate, no mousse. I'd still take a chocolate or a mousse. So the Canucks are Chelsea FC? No, because we didn't ever win. Or they didn't ever win. Still nice HP though. We won again. Oh, Big Booba's real. Sorry to eliminate you. Sorry to eliminate you. Oh, baby. We made it. Top 4. We're probably getting Elo. Save a tier 1. I'll buy a taco. We need attack. And I would love to see chocolate or a mousse. Chocolate or a mousse on this last roll. That's a tough. With only a couple slots remaining, you know, the odds aren't good. But, oh my God, they added ranked. Yes, and I'm finally validated at being at least in the top 10% of all Super Auto Pets players worldwide. Things you love to see. .gif.me. Top 3, baby. Oh, we're gaining Elo. Everybody's got 3 life except me. I'm the small fish. You're going to need to do some damage at some point. If I had to guess. Is what it is, brother. Is what it is. Well, I'm just looking. Now, I know y'all be loving this right here. LIMP biscuit is right here. So people in the house, throw you in the... Because if you don't, then we don't. I think our hippo has to move back 1. And I think it's got to be like that. We need to... I think we need to kill the laddie's large unit. That was blessed. Thank you. We may be 3rd, okay? But I'm trying to fight it out. Oh, that feels great. That feels great. Do you remember every lyric you hear? Honestly, not even close. What I will say is I was wondering, like, I think I listened to the radio a lot growing up. It was more the culture back then. And when you're, well, that sucks. When you're a kid, you just remember stuff more easily for sure. The other thing, I was like, man, how do I know so many lyrics? And I was like, it's because I'm doing 2 hours of Peloton rides a day. I'm literally like listening to music relatively undistracted for like 14 hours a week. And it's not even music I really enjoy most of the time. What I'm trying to say is nobody on earth is as strong as I am. Oh my God, we got a chance, man. Take some support. It's like, it's as good as a steak. No, we roll. This has got to be chocolate or it's got to be a mousse. It's chocolate. Absolutely. Although at this point, I'm like, maybe maybe a skunk would be more relevant, but you're not guaranteed that you're getting the level. Hang on, are there 3 people? There's still 3 people left. This is good. We love to be on top of the triumvirate, don't we, Caesar? And occasionally Mark Anthony, I think. We don't need that much health. You need the level. Yeah, the moose is close to maxing. Actually, it's great to have 2 mooses because they can buff each other. How does the mode work with odd numbers of individuals? You get a... you fight a clone. If you beat the clone, you get the win. If you lose to the clone, you get the loss. Oh, we're top 2! The worst, though, is when you go up against someone's clone and that person got eliminated, but their clone beats you. And you're like, really? I'm losing a heart to somebody that's not even in the game anymore. Now, I think it's fair, but it does hurt. I'm going to mix it up. Pray I don't mix it up any further. Now let me, you know what? I'm realizing next turn, I have to go stealtho mode. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Lost to a clone, like in the Prestige? Excuse me, sir. Nobody lost to a clone in the Prestige, okay? Christian Bale didn't have a clone. He had an identical twin brother. And Hugh Jackman made clones. But my personal interpretation is that even though it's a 50-50 shot that it's him or the clone in the water tank, I think that Hugh Jackman was just so cracked that he fucking did that shit every time. I think he dodged the bullet every single time, personally. You may have a different interpretation, but I mean, honestly, that's your business. Wasn't the point that we couldn't know? Maybe that was the point for you. That wasn't the point for me. The point for me was that Hugh Jackman's such a good magician, he just beats the odds. Why would I ever change my order? What was I thinking? I don't think they're stream sniping, man. Because they're going in so fast. We found the only honorable sapper. Which means I probably should have mixed up, the way I was running the squad. Yep. It doesn't matter if Hugh Jackman's in the box, because he and his clone have the same ambition. Yeah, it doesn't matter to the audience, but it matters to me if I'm Hugh Jackman. It matters a great deal. Does it? If I'm Hugh Jackman, it matters, man. Equip me. Oh, that's potentially valuable. Yes, it is. Oh, man. Oh. Ooh. You think? I have reworked the squad. Pray I don't rework it any further. This is for all the Marbies. Yes! Black screen tech stays undefeated, man. Hang on, I really gotta go pee.